Why is it every time I watch Real Madrid, I feel like there has to be a controversy in every single match? Why is it every time the referees, when they hear the Champions League anthem in the Bernabeu, all of a sudden they have a sense of fear that they have to give decisions in favor of Real Madrid every single time? Why is it that almost every single time I watch Real Madrid? Or is it, am I blind? Am I blind? Because genuinely, what I've seen today from Real Madrid, and by the way, let me be fair, it's not just Real Madrid, because I also saw the same thing on the Dortmund game. We'll talk about it later, but before that, guys, we're going to talk about this game. But before that, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video, because 92% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, and it would help me so much if you guys that like my content, that enjoy my content, consider subscribing to the channel. So consider subscribing, consider putting a like, commenting on the video, giving your thoughts. Of course, I loved all that stuff. But let's talk about the game, bro. Let's talk about the game at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid against Marseille, match day 1 of the Champions League, their first game on Tuesday. And I mean, it was a good game, I'm not gonna lie. After watching the Arsenal Bilbao game, a boring game, I'm not gonna lie, a boring game from both sides. You know, both sides, a cagey game, not really too much chances. This game felt so refreshing. This game felt so cagey. It felt like a proper Champions League game. And fair play to Marseille. They pulled up to the Bernabeu, and I thought they played decent. I thought they played pretty good. I thought they held the ball some moments. But I think Madrid today, they absolutely destroyed them. I think today Madrid have absolutely destroyed Marseille. I mean, let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the lineup first, because I think the lineup is interesting. I think the lineup that Xabi Alonso put out, I think it was interesting because obviously, of course, one goal. You have Carreras as left back. You have Hoyson and Militao as center back. Again, so far, all of it is expected. Then you have Trent Alexander-Arnold starting, who sometimes him and Carvajal alternate between starts, but this game, Trent Alexander-Arnold starts. He didn't last long. He got a hamstring injury. It looks serious, I won't lie. The hamstring injury looks serious, and I think he's going to be sidelined for about two months or something. But Trent Alexander-Arnold gets injured, and then Carvajal comes in after like 5 minutes of the game, so it really meant nothing. Tchouaméni and Valverde start, again expected. Arda Güler starts, expected. Rodrigo starts today in the Champions League game. Rodrigo starts ahead of Vinicius Jr. Now, that's one of the biggest talking points, bro, because I feel like this whole season, this whole summer, we've been looking at Rodrigo. If he were to stay at Real Madrid, we already know Mastantuono wants to start on the right wing. And we already know in press conferences, Xabi Alonso just talks about Rodrigo playing in the left wing. He loves Rodrigo playing in the left wing. But the thing is Rodrigo going to realistically start over Vinny? Probably not. Rodrigo's probably, no one expected him to start over Vinny. But Xabi Alonso he genuinely has a thought in the head where Vinny and Rodrigo can rotate between each other. Vinny and Rodrigo, they can share some games between each other. Because Vinny had a good performance these past few games where he started. Vinny had good performances, I would say. Like, we're seeing flashes of the Vinny we've seen before. But I feel like starting Rodrigo for this game, I think we know Xabi Alonso's playing by now. I think they will rotate from game to game, but maybe it's one of the cases where the bigger the occasion, it will depend on who plays. I don't know. Maybe he thinks Rodrigo is a better big game player than Vinny, which fair play to Rodrigo, by the way. We're going to talk about his performance later. But Rodrigo starts it, and then Mbappe and Mastantuono start. And obviously in Marseille, you have Greenwood, you have Aubameyang, you have O'Reilly, you have Weah, you have Rulli, you have Pavard, Beraldi, Medina. They're a good team, bro. Don't get it twisted. They have Højbjerg as well. Don't get it twisted. Marseille are a really good team, okay? They've signed some good players this summer, and they have a great manager in De Zerbi. We all know him. But I feel like once the game started, once the game got kicking, I thought Madrid looked the most dangerous team. There was a shot where Mbappe had, where the keeper somehow saved it. A great turn from Mbappe. And how many times do I have to keep saying it, bro? I feel like Mbappe is genuinely back. I feel like Mbappe, this is the best version we've seen of Mbappe since 2022 World Cup. Seriously, bro. Mbappe, I feel like he's back to normal. The way he's churning, the way he's on the ball, he doesn't lose it stupidly anymore. He doesn't really take bad touches anymore. Mbappe was absolutely destroying Marseille that first half. You know, the French team, Mbappe wants to destroy a French team. It matches. I thought Mastantuono was cooking that first half. Mastantuono had a really good game. There was one moment where he had an insane run where he dribbled past like 3-4 players and almost scored it. Great run for Mastantuono. Rodrigo had a really good game. Really good game. All of it was a good. Everyone from Madrid had a good game until Marseille scored their first goal. Weah from Juve, which Marseille signed him from Juve. I think they signed him for like 30, 40. I forgot how much the price was. But Weah gets signed from Juve, and it was a great goal. I'm not going to lie, a mistake from, I think it was Arda Güler. Arda Güler, Højbjerg passes the ball to Arda. Arda loses it. I don't know how it was lazy from Arda Güler. It was lazy. Like, he felt he was walking. He didn't even fully track back when he lost it. It was lazy from Arda Güler. And then 2v2, Greenwood carries the ball really well, and he lays it off at the perfect time for Weah. Weah bangs it in past Courtois, and then 1-0 to Marseille. And I mean, after that, you felt like Marseille this was their game tactics. Let Madrid, they just soak the pressure from Madrid, and then once they get a chance, they take over. And that almost happened again too. Aubameyang had a really good chance where Aubameyang held off Militao really well, and then he took an incredible touch. He dribbled it, kept dribbling it, but then he missed it. It went wide. Not gonna lie, the finish was poor from Aubameyang. He probably should have finished it. But Madrid get their pen, and it was a deserved pen. Okay, this pen, I have no one needs to talk about it. Okay, no VAR needed, no 2 eyes needed, no eyes needed at all. This is a clear penalty. Okay, clear penalty for Real Madrid. Rodrigo does really well, skips past the player. In my opinion, it's a very stupid tackle because he makes the tackle after Rodrigo cuts in. There's no need to make a tackle after he cuts in. He's going away from the goal. Just contain him and you'll be fine. Instead, he decides to make a tackle. Stupid tackle. Madrid get their pen. Mbappe slots at home. Left corner. Classic Mbappe, okay? We knew he wasn't missing that. I think after that, it was really like a 50-50 game. I think after that, the first half, it was a 50-50 game. I think Marseille had some chances. I think Real Madrid had some chances. It was a 50-50 game between the both sides. And, I mean, it was a cagey game. Cagey game, really no team playing much better than the other besides Madrid. That first, like, 20 minutes where they were playing like prime Madrid. Other than that, cagey game, back and forth. Good game. But then we move on to the second half. Okay, second half, I think, let me see when what's his name got subbed off. Okay, so Rodrigo gets subbed off for Vinny in the 63rd minute, and Mastantuono comes on for Brahim Diaz in the 63rd minute. Now, me personally, I felt like there was no reason to bench Rodrigo that early. I feel like Rodrigo was a threat to Marseille all game. It was 1-1. It's not like you were winning and you wanted to give Vinny a chance. I feel like Vinny should have maybe came on 75th minute because Rodrigo was being a real threat to Marseille. So why would you sub him off? I think he offered way more than Vinny when Vinny came on and had his 30-minute cameo. I thought he offered more than Vinny, and I thought Rodrigo had a great performance today. Now, as Real Madrid performance, not much really happened. You know, Madrid got a few corners. Marseille not really attacking, kind of attacking, not really attacking. Madrid, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Madrid's press looks lots better. Madrid's press looks relentless. I'm seeing 4 people near the Marseille penalty box just pressing. 4 people in the penalty box pressing. Like, it's crazy, bro. Their press has improved massively. And it was all corners, you know, cagey game, 1-1, you know, not really one team dominating. Again, this game was very cagey, 1-1, and then Carvajal decides to do one of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen from a team captain. Carvajal gets a red card because he got rattled from the Marseille goalkeeper. He headbutts him. That's a clear red card, guys. The way he headbutted him, it was harder than usual. It's a hard head bump. It's a clear red card. Okay, Carvajal, stupid decision. Move on. Raul Asensio comes off for Arda Güler. Arda Güler with one of his worst performances I've seen in a while. That Arda Güler cameo was bad, and he was at fault for the goal as well. So Arda Güler, you move on. Didn't have his best game. Raul Asensio comes off, and at that time you were worried, bro, because Madrid down to 10 players. One of their defenders being Raul Asensio, who we know has those stupid lapses, stupid moments in Real Madrid. So anything can happen at that point. Anything can happen, but I think Madrid, they kept looking like the better team. They kept looking like the stronger team, in my opinion. Even after the red card, they kept attacking. They were the ones that were attacking. Vinny had some chances where he tried to dribble past players. Even though he didn't have a great cameo, he tried to dribble past players. Mbappe was trying volleys or whatever. There were so many moments that Madrid could have capitalized off of after that red card. But, guys, I don't care that Madrid played better. I don't care about anything. You do not deserve this type of penalty just for playing better. You do not deserve this type of penalty just for being the better team. That's not how football works, bro. That's not how football works, because Madrid get a penalty, okay? And this is what I was talking about at the start of my video. Real Madrid get a penalty. Madrid fans, look at me straight in the eyes and tell me you think that's genuinely a penalty. Look at me straight in the eyes and you think that's a penalty. That is never a penalty. Never a penalty. If you go back to the Clásico, I think it was the Copa del Rey, when Ferran Torres tried to lay off for Rafinha or whoever it was, and then Fede Valverde put his hand on the ball, literally his hand on the ball, and Madrid fans were saying, no, that's never a penalty. It was a supporting hand, and you were like, you know what, fair enough. How is this a penalty? First of all, the player slide tackles, Vinny kicks it and it hits his thigh. It hits his hip first, and then it bounces back to his arm, and that's how they got the penalty. First of all, he's slide tackling. He can't control his arm, okay? It's not like he moved his arm to stop the ball. His arm is in a natural position, close to his body, everything like that. Second of all, it hits his body and then it jumps back to his arm. That's two reasons why this should not be counted as a handball, and they still gave it a handball. And not only that, they didn't even check VAR for this penalty. That is disgraceful. That is disgraceful from the Champions League itself. I'm not going to blame Madrid as an institution for that. I'm not going to say Madrid robbed that childish stuff. I'm not going to say that, because even the other game, Dortmund did not deserve that penalty. Dortmund did not deserve that penalty against Juve. That's a stupid penalty. They did not deserve that. So I'm looking at both games, right? UEFA need to fix up, bro, because we cannot have these decisions like this be made in the later on in the rounds where it could genuinely cost teams their dream of qualifying. We cannot have that, UEFA. We cannot. You guys need to fix up. The referees need to fix up. We'll let it slide this time, because to be honest, the group stages games, they really mean nothing. Okay, they really mean nothing. Madrid could have still qualified even if they lost or tied this game, so it didn't even matter. But shocking pen. And then after Madrid got their pen, Marseille tried a little stuff. Greenwood tried a little bit of shimmy shots, whatever. They didn't really get close. Courtois made a couple of saves. But I feel like if I had to give a man of the match for Real Madrid, I think I'll give it again, bro. I thought Carreras had a good game too. I thought Tchouaméni had a pretty good game. I thought Huijsen was okay, not his best. I thought Fede was kind of bad. There was one moment where he was getting absolutely cooked, but I might give it to Rodrigo, bro. I might give my man of the match to Rodrigo or Mbappe, because again, Mbappe got 2 goals, but 2 penalties, bro. I don't care. Rodrigo man of the match for me. I think Madrid as a team played good, but I think individually they could have done better. But for my whole man of the match, I'd probably give it to Rulli, bro. This guy stopped many goals. He didn't concede one open play goal. One of the penalties was robbed. He probably should have saved the second penalty, to be honest. He got a hand to it. But that's it for the game, guys. Let's see who Madrid play next. In La Liga, because I'm not gonna lie, the title, the race is getting tight, bro. They need to lose something, please. Espanyol at home. Espanyol have been decent, but they haven't been the team. You know what I mean? So let's see what Espanyol do this game. I hope Espanyol win. That's never happened in my life except this game. I hope Espanyol can get the win in Saturday. But thank you guys so much for watching. Barcelona play Newcastle on Thursday, and that's when I'm gonna see y'all. Tomorrow on Wednesday is the match preview for that game. Make sure you're there. Make sure you tune in. And like I said, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. And make sure to show some love, guys. I appreciate you guys. Give me your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.